Traditional ways of earning a living becoming more outdated these days. Instead, more people are using their creativity to come up with new and unusual ways to make money.
We're talking to the author of a new book, Gonzo, Capitalism, How to Make Money in an Economy That Hates You. Chris Guillebeau joins us now. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks so much for having me.
So it's interesting that, we've all thought you have your traditional job, but with all the, are most of these side ways of making money, is it mostly through social media, or are there all kinds of ways people are doing this?
There are all kinds of ways, and people have been making money all kinds of ways for a long time, but what I saw in all the research for the book is that things have just kind of blown wide open, over the past couple of years. And all kinds of people are questioning lots of things about power and money. They're trying to figure out, how can I do something for themselves? They don't feel the same kind of loyalty that they used to feel to their employer. And so they're looking around and saying, how can I use a talent, a skill, some kind of knowledge that I have to be able to either make some extra money or to perhaps completely replace the income that I've had from my job. So I've been studying this for a long time, and I feel like a lot has changed in the past couple of years.
And you have many examples that you write about of people, making money all kinds of different ways. Tell us about this teenager who earned $400,000 on picking names.
Yeah, this is a British teacher named Jess, and she wanted to help Chinese parents help pick English names for their kids. Often in China, there's a Chinese name and an English name. And so she set up a website that basically did this, and she made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Initially, she wanted to pay for university, but obviously she was able to do so much more than that. And, in the past couple of years, all these things have just kind of, as I said, blown open. And people are trying stuff that doesn't take a lot of money, doesn't require a lot of risk. And of course, it doesn't always work, just to be clear. But I encourage people to find a way to take risks where the upside is so much more than the downside. Like if you have an idea for something and it doesn't take off, that's okay, you try something else. But if it does take off, it could change your life like it did for her.
There's this great story too about this couple that knew that McDonald's was having trouble with their ice cream machines. Talk about that.
Yeah, this is a couple that actually created a solution for all the McBroken ice cream machines. You go to McDonald's to get your ice cream and the machine is broken a lot. So they created a solution, but McDonald's has actually tried to stop them. And so they're now in the midst of a lawsuit over it. They're trying to sort it out. But that was a great business for them. A lot of these businesses come about from people who are trying to solve a problem, to provide a solution to something, or who just think creatively. Just think like, what if there could be a way to do something that people haven't done before? And then they take action on it and then see what happens.
Tell us about this woman named Kat Norton, who's also known as Miss Excel.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite stories. She is making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on TikTok with dance videos that show Microsoft Excel tips in the background. So this sounds crazy. She's just doing these dance videos, but people follow her. She sells online courses. She's helping all kinds of people who spend hours a day, working with spreadsheets. So she's able to save them a lot of time. So it's one of those things that at first it sounds outlandish, and then you're like, okay, actually she's providing value. She's helping people, save time, be more efficient, be more effective at work. Long ago, I had a story about a guy in India who was doing some version of this, and he was able to make $100,000 a year, which I thought was amazing. But now, in 2023, in the age of Gonzo capitalism, she has taken this to a whole other level where she has millions of followers, and as I said, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. So it's an example of a talent, a skill, knowledge that she has that she's been able to monetize. That's what I'm trying to help people do.
How does someone who goes viral on TikTok monetize? Do they sell advertising on TikTok, or you mentioned she's also selling courses?
Great question. So in her case, she's selling courses, and that's where the bulk of the revenue comes from. So some people have been able to do well with advertising and gifts, social currency. There's another guy who in Australia who is the first sleepfluencer. So he gets paid to stay up all night. He basically stays up all night, and people on TikTok are like, spending money to keep him awake, to play lots of noises and sounds and things. That's kind of a different thing. But for her, for Miss Excel, it's all about online education. And I think actually that's something for everyone to consider, because everyone is an expert in something. Everyone can teach something. Everyone can find a way to take the knowledge that they have, package it in some way, and then offer it for sale. Again, even if it's just a side income.
Chris, let me ask you this. What about the people that have no talent? I mean, like, we have been saying for years we'd like a side hustle, Paul and I, and we can't think of anything we can do.
I've got nice ears.
I mean, what, you're just the people that have to slug and still go to work every day? Is there still some extra way to make money?
I believe that everyone's an expert at something, and you can have a 2-minute conversation with someone and figure out what that thing could be. So here's what you can do for anybody watching. Just ask yourself, like, make a little list of all the things that you know about. This could include things that you learned for your job or your career, things you learned in higher education. It could also include a video game that you're really good at, or something you know how to fix or repair, or something that your friends ask you about. That thing that you're an expert in that might seem a little weird to you, but actually has value because other people keep asking you about it. So everyone is an expert at something. I think what people need to have help with is figuring out how to transfer that skill into something monetizable.
All right. Well, I'm just going to get your private cell phone number after this, and then maybe he can analyze us. Thanks, Chris. For more, you can follow him on social media, and it's Gonzo Capitalism. Thanks a bunch.
There's gotta be something.
There's got to be something. We're just mildly attractive, so that's all we got there.
Moderately attractive.
Moderately.
You're mildly.
Yeah.
I'm moderately.